Fazbear Entertainment is a company widely known for sketchy and dangerous things. From continuously reviving the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza locations to releasing the Mimic 1 AI into the Pizzaplex, they're a very questionable company. But one secret they've been hiding is far darker than anything else, and that's the fear experiments. If you're unfamiliar with these horrific experiments, I'll quickly explain them now. In the Tales from the Pizzaplex story Dittophobia, it's revealed that Five Nights at Freddy's 4's gameplay was an experiment created by William Afton to study the effects of ongoing fear in children. The nightmare animatronics from Five Nights at Freddy's 4 are revealed to simply be costumes hung on metal skeletons that are moved around the house on tracks. The gas makes the test subjects hallucinate real animatronics. The fear experiments are connected to Circus Baby's entertainment and rentals. In the sister location Breaker Room, the bedroom and plush trap hallway can be seen on the map. And in the private room, if the player types 1983 into the keypad, the monitors show these locations. It's also speculated that Michael Afton was a subject in these experiments, or that the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 gameplay is him having dreams about the experiments, since in the survival logbook he draws Nightmare Fredbear alongside a question about dreams. Regardless, these experiments were very cruel, and of course, Fazbear Entertainment had a hand in covering this up. After the events of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, Fazbear Entertainment hired an indie game developer to create a set of games based on the actual events of the series in an attempt to rebrand the company and move on from the tragedies. It's never confirmed that Five Nights at Freddy's 4 was one of these games, but in Help Wanted, Fazbear Entertainment has multiple levels based on the fear experiments. Judging from the fact that Fazbear Entertainment made video game levels about the experiments, it seems like they found the fear experiments and tried to cover them up. The previously mentioned video game developer was also trapped in a similar type of simulation. In the Tales from the Pizzaplex story, Help Wanted, it's revealed that the indie game developer is named Steve Snodgrass. Fazbear Entertainment kidnapped Steve and put him in a simulation where he had a family with financial problems, and they used this to convince him to develop the indie games. It's revealed later that his whole life was an illusion, likely created by the illusion discs first introduced in the novel Continuity. Steve's family are actually robots, and his house has tread marks and hidden trapdoors where monsters jumped out at him earlier in the story. And just like in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, his bedroom door doesn't actually shut. Judging from the similarities to the fear experiments in Steve's simulation, it seems like Fazbear Entertainment discovered Afton's experiments and replicated them to persuade Steve to make the indie games. It's also worth noting that Fazbear Entertainment kills Steve before he finishes the 4th game, and in Help Wanted there's only 3 Five Nights at Freddy's games. So it seems like maybe Five Nights at Freddy's 4 wasn't one of the indie games. Regardless, the indie games and the Fazbear Entertainment virtual experience were used to make light of the tragedies and poke fun at them to conceal and cover up the actual events tied to Fazbear Entertainment, including Afton's fear experiments. And sure, making video games about the real tragedies doesn't sound like a good way to cover them up, but I'm pretty sure the intent was to use the games to poke fun at how wild these true stories sound. This helped discredit the real events while profiting from them at the same time. As if making video games about Afton's child experiments wasn't questionable enough, Fazbear Entertainment made actual merchandise of Plush Trap. Plush Trap was part of another experiment connected to Ballora Gallery. Judging from Plush Trap being in Help Wanted, it seems like Fazbear Entertainment also found him, and this goes further in Fazbear's frights when they mass-produce him. In the story Out of Stock, there's a line of Plush Trap Chaser toys based on Plush Trap from the fear experiments. Later in Security Breach, there's Five Nights at Freddy's 4 arcades, cutouts of Plush Trap and Nightmare BB from Curse of Dreadbear, and there's also Nightmare own plushies scattered throughout the Pizzaplex. The arcades were likely created by Fazbear Entertainment to cover up the fear experiments in Bite of 83. The plushies on the other hand are a little more vague. It's never made clear if they're merch Fazbear Entertainment made, but they still exist in the real world. Regardless, Fazbear Entertainment seriously downplayed William Afton's fear experiments and covered them up using games, merchandise, arcades, and possibly even more methods. The lengths that Fazbear Entertainment goes to market and profit from William Afton's experiments is pretty sickening. I'm hoping we see more of the fear experiments in future games. They're a really cool aspect and I love how they've still been present throughout the newer games and books. On a side note, I think it's worth mentioning how the nightmares are costumes, which might connect to the Mimic's mascot costumes in the Tease Fall Fest game. I think it'd be really cool if we learn more about the nightmares and fear experiments in the possible Fall Fest game. But as it is, Dittophobia was a really cool way to expand upon Five Nights at Freddy's 4 and finally explain the fear experiments. If you're a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, I have more videos of the series on my channel. I also have Bendy and Poppy Playtime videos. Subscribe so you don't miss future videos. The History of Nightmare Yon won the last poll, so that should be coming up soon. The Story of Monica also won the non-FNAF/Bendy vote, so expect that to be coming out soon. If you want to support me and fund future videos, consider donating to our Ko-Fi. Thanks for watching, and check out some other videos.